As you see, now filler is different from wrapper in the outside characteristic of the leaf. Leaves, first, are not deveined totally. They are just partially deveined. Why? Because we need the entire leaf as the unit for the cigar manufacturing. We need to have it entire in order to start to roll the cigar, or to make the bunch, we say here in Nicaragua, because we separate what is making the cigar body, we call it bunch, and that's why we call bonchero to the person that makes the bunch, and we call roller or rolera in Spanish to the lady that rolls the wrapper on the cigar. You will see, because we work in campo. So the bonchero needs entire leaves, to place them correctly and to make the cigar body correctly, because it is very important not only to have a good tobacco, you have to manufacture very well the cigars in order to obtain a good cigar. You can make a good cigar with a good tobacco, and you can make a bad cigar with a good tobacco. That's why you need a good person to make a good cigar at the end. And that's why...
love their mother.
Yeah.
Because then they're not a good person, like my cat. I always say, my cat, she's mostly bad. The only time she's good is when she's not being bad. She's most of the time. It's one of the quintessential rules of cigar making.
After that philosophy, deep philosophy, we continue. I feel touched. Here we separate the leaves. First of all, we classify them. Because despite they came, as I told you, from the fermentation companies already separated in secos, visos, and ligeros, somehow a leaf can be not in the proper group. So they make a second separation here, a next separation, because this tobacco has been in the aging rooms for at least 2 years or 3, and now you see it stick to each other. It has been pressed. That's a bale. That's how it's preserved. So the bale got the tobacco like this. It's pressed. It's pressed. It's dry. We just apply a proper amount of humidity to the atmosphere of the room when it's preserved in order to keep it fresh and mix in all the aromas and flavors. But you cannot use it without preparing it very well. So you see, this is tobacco, but everything is long filler, everything is entire fillers. You just need to properly prepare it here. So first process is they spray water on, you see the gentleman? He's spraying water, separating the group, and giving to these ladies and gentlemen that will separate them one by one. First of all, they will separate the texture and will group them in the proper group. Secos, visos, and ligeros. And also will classify sizes, because here you don't have specifically, despite you also buy short, medium or long, there is always a leaf or 2 leaves that come in a different group. So they already will classify these tobacco in sizes and will get the short, mediums and large for the cigars we're making. After they separate the tobacco, they will give the tobacco to the chief of this room that has a very, very important job. It is very important. What does he do? He makes the combinations and gives the correct tobaccos to everyone to make a proper cigar. Here in this room,
smells good.
The ruling word is consistency. And this is the ruling word for the whole company. We know that we are in a market that demands quality. And when we make a brand and you like a brand, the only thing you expect from us is to get the same quality. Even you don't want us to improve, because if you already like that cigar, you want it to be like that. You don't want it to be one day light, next day stronger. No, you like it like it is. That's why it's a brand. So it's very important, the job they do here, because after they separate all the tobaccos, they classify the tobaccos in these cases, and they indicate what kind of tobacco is it by origin. Maybe you will find here Jalapa origin, Condega, Esteli, etc. And not only that origin, we also have origin by farms, because we got different blends with different farms from Jalapa and different farms from Esteli. Then they separate the primings, secos, visos, and ligeros, and also the sizes, short, medium, and large. After they have all those separations, that's why there are so many cases here. They got a plan. We work in a monthly basis plan, but we also have a daily plan, because there is a flow of the tobacco after this plan. So we got what kind of cigars are we going to make this month, and what kind of cigar are we going to make today. With this orientation, we got the tobacco from the storing rooms, and we start to separate it here and give it to production to make the cigar they are producing, and to properly use the tobacco. So he's separating, and people come here, poncheros come here, and they ask for the tobacco. I am making a Churchill line 1 or line 2. That's a code we have for the brand. That may be a Clásico Joya or an Antaño 1970. So after he knows what is he doing, he has a registration in paper who is making what kind of cigar. So he will give him a weighted amount of secos, visos, and ligeros for this person to make 100 cigars. When he makes 100 cigars, he returns here to ask for more tobacco and make another 100 cigars, and brings back the short cuts of tobacco. Because during the cigar manufacturing, you will see they cut the tails of the tobacco during that process, and we obtain what we call picadura, scrap, shortcut. What we do with this? We can do either short filler cigars. Despite our market for short filler cigars is very few, we use it. We sell some cigars in Europe, short filler, so we use it. Of course, we obtain more tobacco than we need, but by fortune, we have partners that make many short filler cigars, and we can sell this tobacco to them. So there is no waste. We use it.